I want to expand, though, on that stat we were playing with a handful of minutes ago. 49ers number one in the NFL in terms of the percentage of drives that end in a punt or a turnover. They are number one, only 29%. 29% end in a punt or a turnover. So obviously 71% of the time they're scoring. I guess this doesn't account for it being turned over on downs.
Yes.
I don't think that's happened yet this year. Haven't they gotten other fourth downs?
It happens when like the half ends or the game ends.
Okay, so
I believe
there's that.
Because I'm looking at the percentage of drives ending in a score stat.
Okay.
And they have 56% of their drives end in a score.
Okay, so somewhere in there's 15% of other, the category
which
of other.
Which would be like yesterday. They get the ball back after Arizona scores late second quarter. It's a kneel down.
Yeah.
So that's not a turnover, and that's not a punt.
Grandy, a little game show music, if you would. Let's do top five, bottom five. Who do you think, if the Niners are number one, percentage of drives ending in a punt or a turnover, what's the rest of the top five teams in the NFL?
Yeah. I would have to think about the best offensive teams, and so I would go with the Miami Dolphins as one of those.
Number five.
Ooh.
38%. Only 38%. Miami Dolphins. So that is number five.
Buffalo sure looked good yesterday, so I'm going to go with Buffalo.
Number three.
Okay.
Buffalo Bills, 33%.
Man, gets tough here because, I mean, you don't have a ton of great offensive teams, but Philly's been lighting it up. I'll go with Philadelphia.
Oh. Sorry, Dibs.
Number six?
Philadelphia is number six. 40%, number
sugar.
six. It was good guess. Good guess. Good answer.
Thank you.
Good answer.
What about the Dallas Cowboys, against whom they play?
Number four.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is, 36%. One more. One more,
man.
Dibs. Yeah, you're missing the number two team.
Number two.
Can I give you a little clue?
Go ahead, Mark.
Probably not who you're thinking of.
I was thinking of Kansas City.
Think outside the box. That's inside the box.
Yeah.
I want your brain outside the box.
Wow, boy.
Get out the box.
What's in the box?
Not you.
Dibs
Get
is
out
in
of
the box. How about the Cardinals? We just saw them yesterday.
Okay, that's wrong, but I'm glad you brought it up.
Wow. Yeah, there's the buzzer.
Thank you.
I hate Mark
It's
Grandy.
the Seattle Seahawks. It's the Seattle Seahawks.
Wrong answer. That's only
I
my
know,
second
but
one.
I want to do the bottom five too. And,
Okay,
the
great.
show ends at some point. So Seattle's number two, but the Arizona Cardinals. For everybody who's like, dude, Dobbs moved the ball, so something's wrong with the defense. They're number 8 this year. The Arizona Cardinals.
Not seven.
Okay? 46%, that's it, of their drives end in a punt or a turnover. They have been effective. They are a couple of plays away from, quite frankly, I mean, what are they, 1-3, but they're a few plays away from being 3-1. They weren't going to win yesterday, but their previous two losses were razor thin and obviously had a 3-touchdown lead that went away against the Giants back in week 2. So that's not the pushover offense that you might think that it is.
Yeah.
Number 8 this year.
I thought they looked good yesterday. I'm looking for James Conner. He's a handful.
Oof.
He runs with a certain level of violence.
Especially after the game.
Yeah, and Dobbs certainly is better than many people think, yourself included. You're hating on him.
Dobbs?
You're hating all over him. I don't even know who their quarterback is.
His name's not Chris Paul.
Who are you?
His name's not Chris Paul. His
That's
name's
right.
not Zach Wilson. There was a moment last night and I felt you. I'm like, oh gosh, don't call Dibs. Don't text me. I know. We're sitting there watching Zach Wilson. Thank you. Go ahead and cut it up, Grandy. I see you smiling. Good, just let it out. Let the laughter out. It's okay. We talk for 4 hours. This happens at least twice a day. I felt Dibs thinking about texting me. Does that go better for you? So here's the deal. I've been so hard on Zach Wilson. Not as hard as Rodney Harrison. I don't know if you saw that interview after the game. That was uncomfortable. For those of you who haven't seen that, he's literally trying to goad Chris Jones into saying something bad. He's just like, Zach Wilson's terrible, right? Like, but I know you're being nice, but he's awful. Am I right? Like, he's terrible. Like, he can't even throw a ball, right? Chris is like, dude, he's getting better. Right, but he's awful, right? Just like, dude, go away. It was uncomfortable. But anyway, Zach Wilson played a football game last night, and in the second half, he started to deliver the ball with some confidence.
Yeah.
A little bit of pizzazz and some moxie.
He had Mahomes by the short hairs.
He did, and Mahomes kept throwing picks. There were wobblers coming out of there. I'm like,
Man.
What is happening in this football game?
In this world.
No joke. Do you want to take a quick crack at the bottom five?
Let's do it, Mark.
Bottom five, worst 5 teams in the NFL, therefore the highest percentage of drives that end in a punt or a turnover.
I'm going to start right where you were with New York because their offense has been terrible. I'm going to go with New York.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, they are ninth from the bottom.
The Giants is what.
New York Giants. I thought you did. No, Giants are even further up. Giants are
Trying to play a little game there.
12th from the bottom.
How about New England and the Mac Joneses who got...
I got to start clapping right now.
Man.
Because they are the worst.
Oh, God.
71% of their drives are ending in a punt or a turnover.
What percentage?
71.
Oh, God.
Greatest coach of all time.
Yeah.
Greatest coach of all time. Hey, folks, it's the players. It's the players.
Yeah.
It's the players.
Well,
but
especially
anyway.
those players.
I mean, yes,
he's got no quarterback.
I'm not saying that there aren't good coaches. There are great coaches.
McCorkle got the hook yesterday, and Zappe didn't do much better.
Oh, my gosh. They're absolutely dreadful. Yeah, they're number one.
Okay. An autumn wind is a turnover.
Ooh, good guess, but there are 6 teams worse than the Vegas Raiders.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Yep. One of these is obvious. You should have gotten it, but come on.
Come on,
people.
Steelers?
Not the one I was thinking of, but yes, they are second from the bottom. 67%.
Oh, it's got to be the Bears.
Thank you.
All they do is turn it over.
Also 67%. But shout out the effort that Justin Fields put out there yesterday. He looked great.
Yeah, you did.
His coaching staff, they're even bigger morons than I thought. Did you
Eberflus?
see the way that game ended?
That game was crazy.
Did you see them not kick the field goal?
I mean, why would you?
Because I don't know, gives you the lead with 2 minutes to go. I was just like, what is happening here? All right, yeah. Those are the 3 worst.
Okay.
Patriots, Steelers, Bears, Browns, and Panthers.
Browns is another one I was going
Browns
to
and
guess.
Panthers.
Boy, that DTR love train ended in a hurry yesterday.
Thank you. I'm glad you brought it up. Can we? I shouted this out on the show last night, and it might have been covered up.
DTR hype train, rest in peace.
Well, no, actually, it was at the end of the show. So Grandy had already gone home. So last night we get to the end of the show. I said, "Listen, this is not for this year. So don't worry about it. But I have a message that I'd like to send everybody that you're going to need next August. When we get to August 2024, I want everyone to remember the preseason is the preseason.
Right.
Stop telling me that Kenny Pickett's amazing and stop telling me that DTR, next big thing, watch out. Here comes
Preseason MVP.
I mean, it's not nothing, okay? The preseason is the preseason. It's football.
It's not something either.
It's a form of football, okay? But our fan base suffered from this to a certain degree, just over-dramatizing every Trey Lance throw, every Sam Darnold throw. Brock was out there for 2 minutes, and he threw an incompletion. We lose our minds based on what's happening in the preseason.
You know what it is?
It's the preseason.
It's NBA Summer League. It's Marco Bellinelli going for 42 and us all running out to get his jersey because he was unguardable in Vegas in July.
Unguardable.
Couldn't stop Bellinelli.
Remember those Steelers people? I'm fighting the urge to call them back.
Oh, you need to do it.
Remember the question?
Stop taking the damn high road.
Remember the question they asked me? Would you rather for the next 5 years have Purdy or Pickett? And I went, look, you guys. The season hasn't started yet. But I'm going to explain to you why the answer is Purdy, just because the floor is so high. I don't know where the ceiling is yet, but the floor is so damn high, so it's clearly Purdy. And let's go to the next question. And then they sent tweets out for the next week leading up to the game. It's Pickett. It's Pickett. He didn't throw it. Every single preseason drive ended in a touchdown. It's Pickett. It's Pickett. And I'm like, you guys, Purdy's now the top-rated quarterback in the NFL. Pickett is hurt and what? He's fine. He's not awful, but you wouldn't ask that question today, I don't think.